Vaping, using a weed pen, or being disruptive in class. It usually gets you thrown out of school, suspended. But we found one school in Virginia doing things differently. It found solutions to change students' behavior.
We never want to punish students, we want to change their behavior.
We just show a genuine interest in the kids, and we pride ourselves on teaching them skills that they can take back to their home school setting. It's really just about getting to know them.
It's nice that I know when I send them here that they're going to come back to us with some extra tool that's going to prevent them from being in my office again.
What does this center do here?
Our Restorative Suspension Center is based off of restorative practices, and our goal is to take short-term suspensions, students that receive a suspension of 10 days or less, bring them here to this center instead of just sending them home or into the community. It gives them an opportunity to not only do their academic work and not get further behind in school from a suspension, but also to work with our teachers and our coordinator and our community partners to change their behavior. And that's really always the goal. We never want to punish students. We want to change their behavior so that they can go back into the base school with the skills that they need to be successful. When we want to change behavior, we want to get students to reflect on the things that they're doing. And when students make a poor choice, a lot of times they have impacted not only themselves, but they've impacted their teachers and their parents, their guardians, the principals, school counselor, other peers. And so it's really intentional work that we do here to get students to stop and reflect on what they're doing and what their choices are doing.
So it might be classroom disruption, it might be, disrupting the learning environment, it could be like a verbal altercation, something like that. Some students see an out-of-school suspension as a treat because it's like staying at home without having to get up early. With this type of suspension, you still have to set your alarm clock, you still have to get out of the bed and come, and you still have to get your assignments done.
Tell me about what it was like when you first came here. What was that first day like?
When I first came here, I was like nervous, like coming in, like new people and like new stuff, like surrounding and stuff. Then like I just got like adjusted to it. It's like a good environment. It like helps us out and stuff.
What would it be like without a place like this?
I'd probably be fighting, probably be in trouble. Most kids, they don't really worry about school, they worry about stuff outside of school. So I think this is a better place for it.
I mean, like I would probably still be doing like the same stuff and like not like knowing like what's wrong and like how I could fix it and like know what the next step is instead of just going the same path.
So you'd be in trouble more and more?
Yeah.
When they get suspended for whatever behaviors it may be, we now have given them a platform to be able to talk about that stuff and equip them with skills to be able to manage some of these emotions and what may be going on at home while still being successful and functional in a school setting. Give
me some examples of some coping skills that you've been able to teach here.
Being able to remove yourself from the situation, meaning, just communicate to the teacher, hey, I'm having a rough day, this test is stressing me out. Can I take a 5-minute break? And I'm not talking about 5 minutes, to roam the hall. It could be something as simple as them just being allowed to sit at their desk, sit there, put their head down for a minute.
We do have expectations that we have here because it is a suspension, and so we want to make sure that they understand like this is a different environment. And so students who come here, we don't want to just send them right back to the base school without any type of plan or goals. And then we dive straight into the restorative work. And so we'll circle up with restorative circles, and we'll begin to share and talk about why we're here and what we need to do differently and start to do that really intentional work to change the students' behavior.
Well, they had taught me to sit back and think about it before actually reacting and lashing out.
The results show this is working. During the first 2 months of the program, they served 88 students. Before coming to the center, those students combined accounted for more than 600 discipline referrals, which means they were sent to the principal for that person to decide how to handle the behavior issues. After attending the Restorative Suspension Center program, those students only had 89 referrals, an 86% decrease. 90% of students have not had to return to the suspension center, and more than half have not had any more discipline referrals. But there are limitations.
So right now, our limitation is space. We've been really intentional to make sure that we have enough staff on hand, but we need teachers as well. I think the other limitation is just time. Sometimes we need more intensive programs for our students, and a 5-day suspension or a 10-day over here at the suspension center isn't enough to fully change their behavior. And so that's why we have designs and plans to open a restorative academy, which will be a longer-term program, 6 to 9 weeks.
Are there any limitations with a place like this?
Size and space. Like I said, we fill our slots, and so I know this is just the pilot, but we're so excited, and we would love to be able to send more students.
What have you learned from being here?
How to control my attitude, my anger, so I get mad real easily.
Everybody is focused on changing behavior instead of punishing students, and this has been a really good start. And so I think we'll only continue to grow and learn from this and make the programming better.
This summer, they'll use the center for training since there won't be students there. The few months of data they have show this is working. It is changing students' behavior and keeping kids in class instead of on the streets.
Stay up to date with our latest Solutionaries videos. Hit subscribe and leave us a comment below.